I couldn't find a challenge that actually fit me as a mom of three, and so that's why I created my own. Be honest. Are you tired of scrolling through all old photos of yourself and wishing that you could just feel that version of you again? Or do you feel stuck knowing deep down inside that you can totally reach your goals, but everything out there is just not made for moms and it's just not realistic for the life that you live right now? If you are nodding yes like I am, this is exactly why I'm making this video. So if you're new here, hi, my name is Cherry. I am a 33-year-old mom of three. Isn't that crazy? And after years of putting everyone else first, I am finally doing something for me. I created and I'm starting this 90-day self-reset challenge, and this is basically your personal invitation to join me along on this journey. This isn't about becoming a different person, it's about remembering who I am and what matters and actually building small habits around all of that. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, grab your coffee, grab your tea, whatever you want to drink, and let's get to the video. For years, I watched 75 Hard and 75 Soft and all of those glow up trends and challenges, and no shade to those because those are all great and the results are amazing that I see other people doing, even moms. But for me, as a mom of three, those programs are just not realistic right now. Maybe in another season of life that I enter, I'm not trying to do extreme diets, do 2 workouts a day, or track numbers to the point of getting stressed the F out. I'm just trying to feel better, more confident, more connected to myself and my husband, and more energized, all while still living real life. And every year since having kids, I just keep putting myself to the side and moving myself down the list. And even though I tried and I kept promising myself that I would be better and I would improve, life just keeps happening. And obviously, we don't have control over that. But this time, not anymore. Things need to change. I couldn't find a challenge that actually fit me as a mom of three, and so that's why I created my own. So why 90 days? Because it's long enough to build real habits. Actual research out there that says it takes 2 months for habits to actually stick. It's about a quarter of a year, so I can do it in seasons or repeat it every couple of months. And most importantly, it's just a time frame that's sustainable. It's not an all-in sprint. It's about creating systems that I can actually live with as a mom. And I call it a challenge because it's not about just planning and writing down goals. It's committing to the actions and actually showing up for myself, proving to myself that my needs matter too. This 90-day self-reset challenge is my personal commitment to redesign my life, to slowly rebuild confidence, energy, and habits that support me instead of drain me. And I'm sharing it here because I know a lot of other moms feel the same. So if you're tired of quick fixes like I am, or feeling like you just don't fit into any of these existing programs, then this is for you. So before I go over the whole challenge, don't forget to drink your drink. Okay, you guys, in the 90-day self-reset challenge, there is a system that I created, and I like to call it the 3 R's. So the 3 R's are easy to remember. It's reflect, review, and results. And I actually have a 90-day self-reset challenge template that I'm going to be going over with you right now. I filled one out myself, but I also have a free one for you. If you want to do this with me, you can just download it. I linked it below in the description. It's completely free, and you can literally just pause this video, download it, and fill it out together with me while you're watching it. And if you don't want to download this freebie, you don't have to. You can just pause and write down these questions in your journal or on a piece of paper or on your phone and fill it out as you go. So I have my computer right here in front of me. So if you see me looking down, that's what I'm doing. I have it organized in the 3R system. Reflect is where we start. You really need to reflect on why you want to do this kind of challenge anyway. You don't want to just jump into it not knowing why. Because before you change anything, you have to get crystal clear on your why you're starting, what you're trying to reclaim, why now. So basically, it's just what happened in your life right now or currently that is making you feel like you need to redesign your life. And what am I reclaiming? Which parts of yourself do you feel like you lost or you need to reclaim? And then like it says right here, why does it matter right now? So answer those questions and then continue on with what do you want to create? So what does your ideal day look like? I like this prompt because it makes you really dig deep on explaining to yourself what type of life that you want. Because when I was filling this out, I really had to think about what exactly did I want the next version of myself to be like. And it was based on routines, what my mornings look like, what my evenings look like, how I felt. So if anything, this is probably the part that you'll spend the most time on. And then what areas of your life need redesigning. So think personal, your marriage if you're married, your children. It could be like your dreams, your goals, your careers, your finances. But choose about 2 to 3, maybe 4 if you're feeling ambitious. Get down and deep in those 4 areas and think about what you really want to shift or change with those. And then the last part of the reflect is how you're going to measure everything. So it's how are you going to know that the challenge is working? And then what's going to be your support system? And then who or what is going to keep you accountable, basically. It could be journaling or a friend or this free template that I have here. So once you filled out all of those reflection questions or those reflection prompts, you're going to want to make a plan now on the actions that you're going to actually take throughout the whole 90 days. Basically, you're just going to write out specific goals on what you want to accomplish or what you hope to feel like within that area. It doesn't have to be 3 things in one area. Remember, like I said, you pick 2 to 3, maybe 4. That's why I put 4 on here. Areas in your life that you want to focus on, and then choose one action that you're going to do within the 90 days. So I'm going to use my personal challenge as an example for you. For me, I really wanted to start redesigning my life because I feel like all I've been doing was making excuses every day since I became a mom, and I don't want to do that anymore. I want to finally put myself on the top of the list, just like everybody else, or just like the way I've been doing with everybody else. And I want to be genuinely happy with where I am. Because if I'm being completely honest, this is the 3rd time that I have been 9 months postpartum, and I am just sick of just not taking the actual action and not doing the actual steps to become the better version of myself. Especially when you become a mom, your role shifted 1,000% from literally a nobody or literally just a single person to a mom, like a mom that takes care of one child, and then you add more, and then you have your husband too, and then you have other family members that you have to take care of. It's just a lot. So there's no wonder why moms feel lost. So this is what I'm trying to reclaim in this season right now. So my physical and mental health, I'm going to be focusing on. Those are 2. My marriage right now is just not where I want it to be. And even my husband agrees with me on this. So my marriage is another core area that I'm going to focus on. And then my dreams or my fun or creative side, things that are fun for me and things that keep me creative, because I feel like that is one of the big parts that I have lost in myself since becoming a mom. And I want to find that again. I want to continue on with doing something that I enjoy so that I can feel like myself again. And this is what my ideal day and week would look like. You can pause to read if you want it. This is what to me looks like I'm aligned with them. So for physical health, I just want to be intentional with everything that I do. I want to move my body more. I want to eat more balanced meals. I want to feel hydrated and be hydrated, mostly because I want to be a role model for my children, especially my boys. My boys are getting to an age where they see me and my husband as a role model. They model us. And I want to teach them good habits, and I haven't been, hence why I'm created this challenge. So I want to focus on that. And then mental health, I want to start journaling so that I can feel more gratitude and more thankful in my life, because I don't do that. In Filipino culture and the way that I was raised, we don't really practice gratitude as much unless you just go to church and you're just praying. But that's as far as it goes. But I want to take it into a deeper level because I've been struggling with scarcity mindset, and I feel like practicing gratitude and journaling is going to help with that. And then with my marriage, me and my husband have disconnected so much since we've had children, and it just happens. It's not like we chose to do it. It's just the way that the dynamic worked when we had children, and then we kept adding children. It just never got fixed, or we never focused on it. We didn't make it a commitment to be better. And so with my marriage, I want to genuinely be happy to see each other, because I'm going to be completely honest. When we see each other, we're not happy to see each other the way that we used to be before we had kids. And I want to change that, because we want to teach our children that we're excited to see each other. We're happy to be around each other. And just going back to nurturing each other and being partners in the relationship instead of just on opposite teams. For my passions and my fun and my creative life, my dreams, I'm focusing on my content, because content creation has been something that I've been so passionate about before. I just want to commit to keep doing it. I'm going to be showing you in this template how I'm going to be tracking. That is part of what's keeping me accountable. What also is going to keep me accountable is documenting it on YouTube and on my TikTok and Instagram, because I feel like if I have a space where I announce it, kind of put it out there in the world, I'm almost forced. It's like an extra forced to do it because I need that extra push. And if you're not like that, you don't have to. You do not have to post any of this 90-day challenge anywhere. Just do it for yourself. You can do it in private. And then, like I said, you have to create an action plan, and it's nothing crazy, okay? I know that people think that when they see an action plan, they're thinking like, oh my God, I gotta like write down 20 million things. No, you don't. But for me, this is what mine looks like. If you need an example, you can pause to read if you want. This is what I'm gonna be committing to this quarter. So the next 90 days. I will go on a walk for 20 minutes every day. I didn't put a specific time of the day because right now I do not know when I can. I would ideally like to do it in the morning before the children wake up, but the weather just hasn't been working out for us. It's just not aligned right now. For mental health, I'm going to be brain dumping every day into my journal. And every day is really the key word here. I really need a brain dump every day, whether it's on my phone or on my digital planner or in my journal. Wherever I can, I am going to brain dump and literally treat it like a journal, like Bretman Rock, where he like writes a Dear Diary and all that stuff. It's like a brain dump and a diary entry basically. And then for my marriage, I want to focus on so many things, but for this quarter, my husband and I agreed that we should greet each other every morning and then say goodnight to each other every evening, because we don't do that. And I know that there's probably some of you out there that's like, wow, you guys don't do that. It's like, no, we don't. We used to. Really, the first thing that I want to focus on is that. And then for content, like I just said, I will be posting and documenting it every day onto my short form and my long form. Long form, not every day, probably every week. Now for the second R in the whole challenge, it's the review part. So every week we're going to be tracking how we feel. Okay, we're going to use a rating scale from 1 through 10, 1 being the least and then 10 being the most. So this is what it looks like. So from week zero is basically where you're going to start today. If you're going to start this challenge with me, you're going to start at week 0 because you're going to analyze and rate where you are currently in these 6 areas in your life: energy, physical strength, mental clarity, relationships, personal growth, and then fun and creative. Now, you don't have to use all of these 6. You can do 2 if you want, or 3, or if you want, you can add more. But these are just the 6 core areas that I personally think that we should be rating every week. On a scale of 1 to 10, right? Well, how do you feel energy wise right now, currently? I put a 6 for myself because I don't feel like I have enough energy and I want to be at like a 8 or higher. And mind you, all of it, I do want to reach an 8 or higher when I rate every week, especially at the end of the challenge. So be honest when you're filling this out, because I know that just seeing a number already puts so much pressure onto you. But just be honest with yourself. Nobody has to see it. It's just for you to see and track how you're feeling. And it's as simple as that. It will take you less than 30 seconds. At the end of the 90 days, then you can see if you've grown, if you made progress, or maybe some areas you see that you might continue on in the next 90 days of your next challenge. I'm very happy with this style of tracking because it's just a way for us to track how we're showing up for ourselves and seeing if we're actually doing the things that we said we're going to do because of how we're feeling throughout the week. And then the last R of the whole entire challenge is the results, basically. So after the end, right, at the end of the 90 days, you're going to go in and fill these out, because that's what I'm going to do. And we're going to get deep. We're going to celebrate and basically recognize the progress, even if it's small. Any progress is better than none. And then we're going to reflect on growth, right? Like in any type of challenge, you have to reflect on how it went. What did you learn? And did things go according to plan, or what things didn't go according to plan? And then the last part of the results is you're going to plan out the next chapter. I made this challenge specifically not to just be a 90-day challenge and then that's it, right? I wanted it to be something that we as moms can continue on throughout the whole year, and literally download the freebie again and restart the whole process. So excited to be using this template and giving it out to you so that you can use it too if you feel like you need to start somewhere and you need help with figuring out where to even begin. So, if you're a mom who's feeling stuck and tired of making excuses or lost in the mental load, I want to tell you why you should consider doing your own version of a self reset. No one is going to hand you the time or the space to do this. You have to carve it out for yourself, but it doesn't have to be perfect or overwhelming. When you start a reset, even if it's just a small one, you're giving yourself permission to put yourself back onto the to do list, reclaim the pieces of yourself that you lost in motherhood, build energy and confidence and routines that actually support you and not drain you. Model for your kids what self respect and self care look like. Most importantly, just feel proud of who you're becoming. This challenge is not about suddenly changing overnight just like that. It's about the daily micro shifts that we're taking, one action at a time, one boundary at a time, and one habit at a time. So imagine 90 days from now how different your energy can feel. You don't even have to commit to all of the 90 days. You can set your own time frame, but start with the guided prompts. Pick one habit, one mindset shift, or even just one self care action a day. The whole point is to just start because starting creates momentum. And I'm literally talking to myself too because we can plan and we can create goals, but the part that actually matters is starting and doing the action. So start. All right, girl. So we got the foundation started for this 90-day self-reset challenge. And if you are going to join me in the full 90 days, then comment below what date that you're going to be starting this because I am going to be starting it today, which is September 24th is when I'm filming this. So I will start it tomorrow, which is September 25th. Wherever you are in your life right now, put the date in so that we can keep each other accountable. And don't forget to grab my free 90-day self-reset challenge template. It's linked down below. You can also follow me on TikTok and Instagram where I'm going to be documenting more like the day-to-day on this 90-day self-reset. And if you want to follow along while I go through the whole 90 days, the messy and the real parts of my own personal reset, then don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss anything. So from one trying mom to another, you got this.